Project Zomboid, at its core, is a sandbox zombie survival game. It offers no story that you're forced to go down at any point, and the only lore we're given is what can be deduced from the various TV channels, radio stations, and various publications we listen to and find throughout Knox County. In addition, the characters we create are just that, characters. People we, the players, create to attempt to survive as long as possible. After selecting their occupation and traits, aside from a few grunts, noises, and yelled words, our characters are left to their own story, or our stories, the player's story that is. Despite the detail of Zomboid, the character creation still leaves plenty of room for self-projection upon them, or even a roleplay vibe if that's what you're after. These characters we create have the potential to change our experiences as the time goes on in that playthrough. Successes, failures, near misses, etc. all contribute to a lasting memory for us as players. Eventually though, the worst ends up happening. While that's a painful reminder of how unforgiving Project Zomboid can be, the aforementioned experiences is what keeps us coming back to this gritty, apocalyptic game, myself included of course. And about 2 months ago, I had just one of those times. This is a story of a character that came to nearly define my experience as a Project Zomboid streamer and content creator. This is the story of Ismael Connely, the man not meant to make it. It was the late spring/early summer of 2022. At that point in time, I had only just started in Project Zomboid in the big picture of things. A good friend of mine told me to check the game out that year, and I was hooked ever since. I had recently just gotten over a pretty gruesome death in the Island Challenge map. Oh! No! Ow! No! And was feeling the pressure to come up with something new-ish and fresh to maintain interest to both myself and the community. I had done a bit of research into mods that would add a bit of additional challenge, flair, and even some anxiety to the playthrough without breaking the core feeling of the game. I had decided on just 2 mods, True Actions Dance mod for some mild entertainment, but also for some low-key goal for the character, as it would provide a slight treasure hunt in the form of the various magazines and cards you can collect. The other mod, which truly came to define the run, was the Night Sprinters mod. As its name implies, this mod will make the dead transform into sprinters once nightfall occurs, depending on which season, of course. I felt it would add an element of time management and extra worry with each passing day with the playthrough. After some tinkering and toiling in character creation, I clicked through the name generator over and over until I saw him. And so there I had my character, Ismael Connely. A park ranger that was a tad conspicuous, a slow reader, a Sunday driver, an herbalist with a weak stomach. Nothing flashy or groundbreaking, but I was content with where I was there. His adventure began in the town of Rosewood, and I had decided to initially take up shelter in the homes just southeast of town. The plan was to stay there until the helicopter event, in which I'd then flee to the movie theater area with plans to set up a base right there. Unfortunately, that didn't go exactly to plan as the swarms got too wild with the helicopter event. I ended up finding shelter in the construction site just down the road from the Rosewood Fire Department, and that's where I ultimately decided to stay and set up my safe house for the majority of the run. Some may ask, why not just base up at the fire station? And while that strat is sound, I wanted to change it up a tad from the norm, and to be honest, it worked really well. The base was surrounded by tall walls, and it was centrally located relative to both Rosewood proper and the surrounding town areas. This is where we began to absolutely thrive in Zomboid. Not just the character, but myself. I feel this playthrough wasn't just an experience, but my growth into truly thriving and long playthroughs of Project Zomboid. Days turned into months to years. I fully loaded Rosewood, made my base as safe as I could, barricades and sheet ropes and all. I was sitting on a pile of food, full rain collector barrels, a powered home with a thriving farm. Every milestone I hit felt more and more accomplishing. The first 10,000 kills, the 1-year mark, 20k kills, the 50k mark, the 2 and 3 year marks. Everything was falling into place. We started to set up outposts throughout the nearby areas, stretching from March Ridge all the way up to the gun stores in some of the furthest reaches of the map. That's what started to become a goal for Ismael. He was just another dude, but he was a park ranger that found himself in the apocalypse, and he had made it. Beyond what anybody, including myself, had even thought possible for him to achieve. So I made it his mission. I wanted to set up good bases and outposts throughout all the major starting towns at the time for Build 41, as well as into Louisville. A network of safety, so to speak. So that, while Knox County was likely doomed in regards to any recovery, he could at least make it a semi-decent network of safety nodes for him, and maybe others eventually, to travel to and from. As time went on, through in the real world, unstable Build 42 had dropped, and I got a crossroads of sorts. I knew the game file I had here wouldn't be compatible with Build 42, and while I was very curious about what the new build had to offer, I was hard-pressed to just give up a playthrough of this length just like that. So I made the decision. I'd play here on Build 41 until I was forced over, or the worst happened. Didn't have to worry about that for the time being, though. Our memories just kept pouring in. Oh, the memories. The memories we made along the way were truly remarkable and unforgettable to me, to be honest. From the big move we did from Rosewood over to Muldra, to other even wilder ones. We had close calls like this. So they're stuck on each other. Oh! Oh! My clothing took it! My clothing took it! I got it! I didn't get hurt! Two other awesome feats we achieved, like building a wall around the entire lake just south of Rosewood. To moments where I thought it was all over, only to get away somehow unscathed. No! 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 What the fuck? Holy shit! How? How? How did I live? Holy shit! That moment right there, however, would be the foreshadowing of a Zomboid lifetime. The thriving continued. We were setting up even more outposts. We found a vehicle I wanted for a while. More and more was falling into place. Every aspect, every loot we got was just more and more cherries on top. That is, until, well, this happened. I think I need to go to the route clearance route again, because that's getting absolutely silly. Holy shit, dude. Oh no. Oh no. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh no, everybody. Oh, this is bad! No, get up, get up! No! Son of a bitch. That's how we go. Fuck, dude. Just like that. An overconfident move on my part. Driving into a dense pack of zombies with Sunday Driver and thinking doubling back after realizing what I just did would be a great idea. I can Monday morning quarterback myself for hours with that clip, but at the end of the day, I messed up. Let the overconfidence get to me, and the worst happened. Remember that foreshadowing I mentioned, though? It was almost an exact year since I narrowly escaped death thanks to a combo of RNG and high-level tailored clothing with leather strips. As if I just cheated death from Final Destination and finally got back around to me. Look at the clip dates here, I'm not lying. That is just absolutely wild to me how that occurred. And I was certainly mad in general, losing my longest running / stream only character and all that. And when you've been at Zomboid as long as I have, though, you start to get sort of used to it. Or at least, the loss doesn't hit as hard. While as painful as the loss was, looking back at it all, and as corny as it sounds, I wouldn't trade it for anything. This was a character I had no idea would ever live as long as he did. A character I expected to maybe make it close to a year. Yet here I was, hitting milestone after milestone, honing my skill and ability at Zomboid in general, and making this dude a living legend that my own community still talks about to this day. The bigger grr or anger moment I have looking at the end is that I was just that short of truly hitting that 4-year mark. Some have told me, well, it's basically 4 years, but that time survived at death will always stare at me. My personal best character for both kills and time survived. A legend and an icon in his own right. A character will, at least for me and my community, go down in Zomboid history. Final time survived, 3 years, 11 months, 28 days, 1 hour. Final kill count, 72,427 zombies, and the skills we achieved along the way. Rest in peace, Ismael. You truly are a legend. Thank you all for joining me in this tribute video to my personal best and longest lived Zomboid character. It was fun to make this, and to give Ismael a proper send-off for the years of joy he brought to me and the community, not to mention all those awesome memories. If you enjoyed this video and want more Zomboid content, do like and subscribe to my channel here, and tell me a short story in the comments about a character that was near and dear to you in Project Zomboid. If you want to see me play Build 42 live, I'm currently working on my 3rd playthrough. I stream said playthrough every Monday and Saturday over on Twitch at twitch.tv/Kanik at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Links will be in the description below. Thank you all once more, and I hope to see you in the next video or chilling in the chat next stream. Have a good one, everyone. Stay safe out there.